Good morning and welcome to Moopsy in the Morning for August the 21st, 2024 morning edition, because there isn't a nighttime edition today. And we are live in Discord if you guys want to join us. Good morning, Chris, and hello to you too. As my dog starts licking my fingers because, dogs. Short of Ryza, is there any place else in the beta quadrant to play Dabo? Hold on, let's see, there would be Nimbus, Ryza. I think that's it, right? Unless you've got a Ferengi ship. Drazana, thank you. I knew there was a third place to go. And of course, Quarks. So, by the way, today's endeavor is going to be 15 ships, 15 Zenkethi ships in Gankra. So, if you have Zenkethi ships, just go do it with your daily. With the Universal. And if nobody gets it done, we'll do it as a team later. So, I've got nothing interesting here. I've got Borg on the ground and Undine ships. So, I'm totally game to do what people want to do this morning. The doggos. Oh, God. So Fifi, the big dog, loves him. And she will stand at his door while the door is open and cry, going, but you're not playing with me, but you're... And so now I just heard her crying, peeked out in the hallway. She's standing on his bed, looking at him and crying. Subtle she is not. No, put your paw down. And Loki's smacking the keyboard. No, put your paw down. Mom will play with you later. Yes, I do have coffee. Yes, I got enough sleep for the first time in quite a while. Let's go up here and do this one since I'm standing here. Alright, and that's path to whatever. And today's question is, who did Donatra order to return to Romulus? I want to say it was Admiral Terrace, but let's look that one up. Because I've been doing very badly, and no, I don't study because I know the answers are already here. Did they change this? I think they changed this. 8-6. I'm right, it's Admiral Terrace. Mwahahaha. Go get my prize for that. We were talking last night about dilithium, because we've been working with a player who really... Hang on a second. Really needs dilithium and has very little of it. Yeah, he keeps spending it, which I know a lot of people are like, well, yeah, you got to spend it. But at the same time, some of the things that you want to do for like a big ship upgrade or ship build means needing a lot of dilithium. So, and it can only refine 8,000 a day per tune. But that takes time, even so, to go around and make sure everybody's got it. So my suggestion to that person had been make sure that you're doing something to get dilithium every day, reputation being one of the idiot ways to do it, Admiralty. And I just realized doing that one daily one that we've got, the one over here where you go and answer the quiz of the day, that took, under a minute, and that's 480 dilithium. It's not a bad way to go. Let's see if I've already got that book. I don't have that book. Woo! Yay! At some point I'll finally win all of those. That's my path. So, oh my god, look at this. Look at how many I still need to get. Like 75% of the books I haven't done yet. And that's just path to 2409, and then there's the whole Nimbus thing, or sorry, New Romulus thing. I am sad. So, Chris, what you up for this morning? Unless anybody needs to run red alerts or anything like that. Finishing dailies. Yeah, I've got 2 more hours before my dailies. I have a jam-packed day today. Got lots of stuff to do. Mostly work stuff. Mostly writing. I'm not looking forward to it, but I need to get a couple articles done. Translation, I have to get a couple of articles started. And tomorrow is Take Doggos to the Vet Day and then go to the office day. Woohoo! Tetrion damage and a few Voth ships to destroy. Voth battle zone or just Voth in general? General, oh, we could go do Nasorden Aftermath, the patrol, just to do something. Okay, well, let's do that one. Let's do that patrol. Works better when you know what buttons to click, Mom. Brain engage. There we go. I'm launching it. I'm so sorry to hear that, Chris. Yeah. I can't go into details, but I've had a challenging couple of days myself.
This is Cooperative Cube 1138. We are here to help.
Let us do this thing. I think we will not have a show tomorrow morning because I'm going to class tonight.
They're where we left them. They are friends. Kill them.
I think next Wednesday, week from today, I won't be on period because I think I have to run up to Chicago for the full day and might as well run to class in the evenings for the whole night.
How quaint. The price for your interference is your lives. Die.
Thank you for coming. Thank you. We'll make our way to a base to complete repairs.
Clean up this techno-organic trash. Open fire.
Thank you for your... tracking a large force incoming. Preparing descent signals.
How about that?
I noticed how we tend, as a group, to cycle up, cycle down with, rough days, good days, rough days, good days. Seems we're all kind of on a down spiral at the moment. And it doesn't seem to have anything to do with the game. Or is that just my perception because I'm in a kind of down mood and therefore I see everybody else being in a bit of a down mood and quiet and introspective? Well, since I don't have much on this account, let's do... I figured it was something to do with that, Chris. I know you love him, but sometimes it's time to put yourself in first place and move on. I'm going to do this. I'm going to switch over to a different account and see what we've got to do there that's slightly more interesting.
What's the harm in a little friendly wink? Spin the wheel and win.
How much money do I need to make? Oh, 3,000 in Dabo. Okay. We'll wait on this one. Yeah, it hasn't been a great year, has it? And then we get to those moments where it's just life keeps pounding you and pounding you. And it's like, just give me a break. Just give me a little break so I can regroup and come back. But life doesn't do that sometimes. That's really interesting. Going completely off topic. I don't have a solution for this. Let me play this one real quick here. Good morning, Lexers. Welcome back. I have no idea how this tune wound up with 61 million. I have no clue. Great. Great. I gambled 15,000, win 20,000. The goal was to get rid of some of that.
This is your lucky
Did I
spin.
do that right? I did that right. Good. I can do math still. Yay. I still don't know where the 60 million came. 61 million EC. I have no idea where it came from. This is my banking. My banking tune has been embezzling money. I suspect I'm going to put you down there, Hellspawn. Let me jump onto a different account here and see if we've got something more interesting to do. But getting back to what I was saying earlier, we have at least one player who doesn't understand fully how you can, or how you should be making dilithium as kind of your steady background job. If this is a game, or sorry, if this game was real life, doing dilithium is your background job. And playing the game is the fun part of life. But you gotta do the dilithium. I must have, but I don't think there's a message in here. Yeah, there's nothing in here saying, hey, you've sold such and such, so I don't know. Let me jump over to a different account here. Come on, other account. Wow. It is slow today. Alright, let's grab Complicatus. See what she's got. If anything fun. My dogs are so stupid. Voth, Tholian ships, Zenkethi on the ground. Excuse me while I yell at my dogs for a moment. I'm sure there's a squirrel in the yard. One moment. Ophelia, please be quiet. Alright, well, this looks really exciting. Well, we have Tholian ships. We could go to Archer. We could do Azure Nebula. Azure was still bugged as of last week. You won't get any reward. Let's do Archer then, if that works for you. I send you a team invitation here. Let's try that. There we go. Tholian Red Alert. My bad, of course. Chris, Tholian Red Alert, does that work for you? Get something decent out of it? Thank you, Lexers. Well, it's too bad if you don't agree, because well, once you accept my team invitation, it is a quick one, yes. There we go. I will queue us up for that real quick. Wee woo. No, that's ground mission. We clearly don't need anything on this one. Well, we can do something TOS-ish, but let me know what you want to do. I'm not sure what missions go TOS. Why does your back still hurt, Lexers? Why, doggos? Why? Why are you doing this to me? Both of them. Good. Now they both got something to work on. Yeah, Chris is not a ground person there, Lexers. We know this. Excuse me. Yeah. Yeah. I've been walking the dogs every day over in the park, so... Minor instabilities, if you got a decent team, screams fast. Faster than some of the other things out there. It just is a matter of having a team that gets half goes north, half goes south. Actually, that's been one of the faster ones in the randoms, outside of Elite. Even with an Elite team, though, I did it as a pickup, and it went really good. We could go to K-13 and do an Officer of the Watch mission. Yeah, we could. But that's okay. We don't have to. Let's see. Do I want to burn any other marks while I'm here? Am I taking you girls to the vet today? No, it's tomorrow, I think. Probably never going to use Lucari marks. Terran marks. So I might use some of those. That's the thing. I might use some of these. Might. But that saves me from having to go to lithium hunting later today. What's in the queue now for dilithium? 96,000. I got 12 days before I have to touch this one again. If the question is if we get the space mission. It's up to you, Chris. Yeah, there are not a lot of TOS era TFOs. Not a thought of that. Oh. You don't really want to do Days of Doom, do you, Chris? Please no. Please no. 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 No, just no. Just no. I have 2 ground ones here. Let's go see what we've got on a different account today. Since many are the accounts we have here in Momlandia. If you want to do Operation Riposte, we can definitely do that. Starbase 1. We can do Starbase 1. Yes, we absolutely can. Let me grab a tune here. Let's see what he's got. He's got, AP damage and Tetrion damage in space. Let's beam up and see if I've got either of those toys. Let's see. I don't need plasma. Have I got any Tetrion? I do have some Tetrion. And I need eight. Oh my god, I've got AP, TED, and phaser damage in space. Wow. We'll put you guys up there. And do we have any anti-proton that we can throw in the back here? Okay, let's see if this can do all three at once in Starbase 1. Timeline-wise, TOS Connie I'm in will be more advanced than most ships Federation put into service during that short conflict. This is true. All depends on how hardcore you want to go at it. In terms of arguing, is this canon, non-canon, blah, 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 blah. Well, it fits in nicely. I hear Strange New Worlds is going to be leaning towards more TOS themes. Well, that's fine. Its timeline works. Sneaking up on TOS. Character-wise, definitely works. I've decided I'm going to go sit down and enjoy that. We did finish rewatching Acolyte yesterday, and I made it through episode 8 and realized there's no point to writing the story. Let's see. The studio wanted to keep the power creep even in a prequel, so Discovery's more powerful than Enterprise, of course. We argue about this a lot. Star Trek Discovery, in my opinion, would have been far more successful with diehard fans who didn't really want to see that prequel, just by making a postquel. Change the timeline, go to the 32nd century where they went. And then you can justify everything and you don't have to worry about anything, and you can, if you want to have the conflict with the Klingons, fine. Here's a divergent group of Klingons who broke free. Or they get stuck in a time vortex and thrown back. You know, there's a better way to have written Discovery to put that out of that incorrectly powered ship back there. And everything else, just a little bit of rewrite. Maybe, what's her name? Burnham isn't Sarek's granddaughter, or whatever it was, daughter, adopted daughter. Maybe she is the great-great-great-grandchild of Sarek's adopted daughter. Which would explain why she has some Vulcan characteristics, but not a lot of them, and doesn't adhere to it. I mean, there would be a better way to have written that, but for the power creep they touched into, putting it post all those stories, and making it an experimental vessel, and all that stuff, 1,000 years later, would have been working. I think their fault is there was never enough world building. So true. Enterprise kind of showed that doing a prequel is really challenging to hit all the canonical points. They didn't think anyone would care after all these years. I'm sorry, have you ever been to a Star Trek convention? Mr. So-and-so, do you remember in episode 232 at minute 214, you said use the phaser, use this kind of power processor, but the reality was, at that point in the series, it would have used an XYZ power processor. Can you explain that? And not every flagship was a Connie. Come, my children, join us. Give us somebody else who wants to play Defensive Starbase 1. Yeah, that's so. The reason we were rewatching Acolyte is because I was thinking a fun podcast might be to go and take things that don't work and fix them. And this started out with my thought of Discovery when WC and I were chatting about it like day 2, and he said this would be better if they did one minor change. And he was right, this would have been better. But looking back at it in retrospect, it would have been a lot better if they had made this either an AU, completely AU, and not tied it into the timeline that they're using, or gone to the future anyway. It's not what a flagship is, though. It's not the most. It's not the toughest, fastest, and most powerful. Or it shouldn't be. If I remember right, the flagship is the one that carries the commanding admiral. In a military sense. In terms of literal definition, it's the best or most important product. So it doesn't by definition have to be a Connie. Tends to be in the game. Let's see. Fans were adamant about not making any more prequels. That's what set the studio dead set on making STD a prequel. But STD is a prequel. Don't define a book with the book. Crossfield was a project done around Stamets and Strahl's experiment with the mycelium network. Yeah, but that's only because it's in that story. Wee-woo? I like Enterprise. I think it did a good job trying to deal with all the issues of a prequel. Because doing a prequel is a pain in the butt. If you go post, you can make references to the prequel. You can do flashbacks. You could do stories traveling back in time. You can do episodes that are set in a previous time.
Listen up. The war has...
But as was noted, there's a tendency to throw in way too much. Problem with Discovery is that Kurtzman didn't care and doesn't understand the fandom. Duh. He just throws his stuff not caring about the reception. Yep. Anyway, Chosen, and by the way, hello, Chosen. We were discussing TOS era episodes. Excuse me, not episodes, missions. Because Chris was in a TOS mission field, but we didn't want to do minor instabilities. Which is as TOS as it gets. So Board King and I have been discussing taking a road trip next time I'm out in Vegas to go over to... Oh, that's right. This isn't my good tune. Duh. Going over to some of the locations where they filmed Generations, which is very near to him. And then maybe up to Vasquez Rocks in California, because that's less than a day trip out there. So Lexers responds, yes and no. He knows he has a specific demographic backing him no matter what, so he abuses this. SVB's bankruptcy means they couldn't get easy funds anymore, so the studio pulled the plug. SVB. SVB? Well, if he doesn't do anything, Chris, you can report him. I try and cut people slack because you could go AFK because you're 2 minutes in and the phone rings, or the kids wake up, or the dog gets loose, or your wife yells at you to make the coffee. Silicon Valley Bank, I thought they went bankrupt a long time ago. And technically banks don't go bankrupt, they fail. Oh, is he doing jellyfish mode? I actively fight in jellyfish mode. I try and keep repositioning to be in a good spot. But that's me. The thing I like with jellyfish mode is if you've got a low-level toon, one who doesn't have a great ship, you can just sit there and do some damage and help out the team. Not die every 30 seconds, which is my tendency.
May have a short amount of time before more arrive.
I actually know this player from something.
Reading some heavier ships incoming. Raiders and battleships. Evacuation ships launching.
So I don't know banking in California. I assume it's akin to banking in Illinois, which I know pretty well, in that it's run or overseen by the federal government, but depending on the type of bank, it can be under really strict scrutiny, which my bank was. I love my bank for that reason. And once a year, they would kick out all the executives, send them out on a paid 2-week vacation. All the auditors came in, so the auditors could never interfere. So the bank execs could never interfere with what's going on with the audit. They had very strict guidelines on what they had to follow, the documentation, but that was a chartered bank, and I suspect it runs differently than other banks. Killer bank, though. Really good, did great with our investments.
An evacuation ship is launching. Give them cover.
Well, there you go, Chris. He's at least running his Voven trait. Ah, yes, the message. Spare me from the message, please.
This is Andor. Our shields are taking hits, and we can use an escort.
An evacuation ship is launching. Give them cover.
Well, if you did the event, Lexers, and I assume you did because you've got a jellyfish, right? You've hardly seen the message in what? Some things it's blatant, some things it's subtle. I don't mind subtle. Subtle works. Old school Star Trek message was subtle. It puts out the question for you, and you have to figure out the answer for yourself. As opposed to hitting you over the head with the answer. But remember, Lexers, if you don't like it, turn it off. That's a very powerful message.
Lafayette here, requesting assistance.
An evacuation ship is launching. Give them cover. Here come the Klingon battleships. Keep fighting.
For example, we didn't go see the Marvels, or Captain Marvel, 4 times. We did go to see Deadpool and Wolverine 4 times. It sends a very effective message of, hey, I'm willing to pay for this. I'm not willing to pay for that. They do that. It was, Chris. The thing that I like is when they just normalize it. You've got gay couples, you've got non-binary couples. It's not something you have to bring up because it's so... We do this every single day, it's not that interesting. And I'm going to go back to an old Perry Mason on this. I'm watching old Perry Mason, like 1950s. And some of the judges are black. Nobody says anything. Some of the judges are women. Nobody says, oh, it's because you're a woman. Oh, it's because you're black. Not a lot of Asians. And when they did do Asians, it was very stereotypical. But it was a start. Even TOS, you know, when Uhura's on the bridge, and it never gets brought up that she's female, that she's black, and she's a bridge officer, because that's not unusual. Until Lincoln shows up. And that's the way you do it. This is normal in the future. Yeah, well, Lexers, I'm female. I grew up just as women's rights were kind of passing by as a thing. So I was in junior high school when people were doing, oh, let's burn our bras, and blah, 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 blah. Okay, there we go. So by the time the 80s came around and women's rights was more a facade than it was the core movement, it was kind of cringe and embarrassing. Still is. My mom was a child of the 1930s, one of 4 daughters in a farming household. You can assume that they were expected to do as much as they could of all the activities, whether it was a traditional male or female, and that their parents expected, or at least wanted them to go to college and get degrees and have real jobs, which they did. Well, hey, I got all of my stuff in that one. What do I want? Melee yeah, we'll go melee weapons. I'm going to try my last account here and see what's up. I think that was Carl. Let's see what Bruce Banner has for activities today. And don't forget, it's battleships, cruisers, etc. in the Zenkethi battle zone today for the Endeavor. Yep, Alexers, that's how it was. That's how it still can be. My favorite story of a female lawyer. I have Undine ships, Polaron damage in space, and Zenkethi ships in space. We'll save those Zenkethi ships for later. Was a woman who wanted to be a lawyer. So every morning she would get up, take care of the farm, get her canoe out, paddle upstream the Chicago River to get to the law school, take her classes, paddle back downstream, a little bit easier in Chicago, and go back to studying and working on the farm. This obviously was in the 1800s if you have to paddle your canoe up the Chicago River, because doing that these days is just bleh. Let's see, Chris, I have destroy Undine ships. Would you like to go destroy some Undine ships with me? Yeah, my mom was, after she graduated from college, was a teacher until, I don't know, let's see, when we moved to Ohio it would have been 62, so probably until about 57 when my sister was born. Okay. Let us go up to... There's no Undine ships. I don't really want to do Undine Assault. How about we go up to the battle zone and do Undine ships? Oh, let me send you an invitation. Duh. On my way. When I saw it, university was law school having insane quotas like no less than 75% female students no matter what. Yeah, I know. Quotas. Quotas. I'm on my way to the space battle zone now. I don't know that there's a great solution for quotas. Because you want everybody to have a chance. Let's see. Oh, plenty of space here. Where are you, Chris? There you are. Let's go right here where I'm going. That's a 7 o'clock position. Ooh, nice. I hope it doesn't storm today. I'm trying to get back to doing classes as a regular thing. And the final drive home, which is 8 till 11 at night, in a storm is horrifying on the road I have to travel. It's an interstate, but it's 2-lane. It's in good condition, but there's tons of truck drivers. And when they drive by, the spray runs up and you cannot see the road. But I think we have a lovely day planned here. I have my ships, by the way. We can shift if there's another one. I don't think there is another one. Doesn't look like there's another one going on here. We have got 4 ships here, 5 ships here. How about if we go over to the Space Bagel? I'm heading north to the Space Bagel. Oh, so are you, clearly. Since nobody likes Space Bagels. And we got credit for the other one anyway. Yay. Switch out a ship and see if I can get some Polaron damage while I'm here. Now those people are coming over here. Dudes. You started watching U.S. Senate debates. That's interesting. Are they debating a particular topic or just the general stuff? When I was visiting my friend in Australia, every afternoon she would watch the whatever their political system is, House of Commons? Whatever, where they would have the two sides just arguing every day, or debating every day about topics. And I get it, she's into politics, but I was so bored. So she'd be watching that and I'd be reading my book. My one and only book that I took to Australia. Yeah, I don't trust YouTube algorithms. They keep putting weird stuff in my list. So I go in and clean it out every now and then and go, nope, that's not my taste. Thank you very much. The center's about to fail, Chris. I'm going to run over there real quick. Hopefully before it fails. Oh, somebody got it. All right. Thank you, person who got the center. Hey, Chris, you want to head over here to the 12 o'clock position? I have no idea who those people are. Oh, there's already a person here. Or we could head to the 1 o'clock position where it looks like there's nobody. Yes. Good, we got credit for that one. Get past these guys. I will. Go. Common sense Republicans. Not a term I've ever heard before. I think most politicians in the States are religious because that's the persona they want to present to constituents. In reality, they are anything but. Yeah, I do know about people like that. Oh, I know about politicians like that, not people like that. I have people in my life who are deeply religious, but don't force their thoughts, beliefs, etc. on me. No, they make it very obvious that, hey, if you ever want to come over and join us. And when you say, no, thanks, it's okay. They're like, okay. I love those people. The thing is, you shouldn't be defending your opinions when you're in the Senate. You should be defending the opinions of the people you represent, not your personal beliefs. If you want to push your personal beliefs, you go talk to the people you represent and tell them what you believe and why you believe it. You don't talk to the Senate about it. So true. Frequently in American politics, what you wind up with is you vote for somebody you think represents your thoughts. They get into power, and they go out and vote for their beliefs again. Because, you voted for him. Clearly that's what you wanted. I think if this tune's going to finish up the Polaron damage on this thing, we're going to have to get some more Polarons on here. Last one to do. Ooh, 100 Undine ships. How exciting. Well, got credit for that last one, and now this one. Let's just get that last round of people out of here. Yay! Yeah, we want people to vote. Gotta give them something to vote for. Let's see where we're at map-wise. Nah, still a lot to go there. Alright, I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to go get my doggies dressed up and go take them for a hike in the woods before everybody gets out there with their dogs. Because my dogs are not good with other dogs. And we have much to do today. So I'm going to get out of here. Chris, I will free you from Durance Vile. There you go. And leave this map. And I'm going to go feed my doggos and take them for a W. So on behalf of the Moopsy in the Morning crew, thanks so much for joining us. We will not be on tonight. We probably will not be on tomorrow morning. That's up in the air, so we will see what happens with that. All depends on weather and stuff and things. Moopsith be thy hump day. Thank you so much, Chris. For everybody else who's out there, have a wonderful day, and we will talk to you tomorrow night when I think we will be buying out the new the new event and seeing what is involved with the new toys. So have a great day, everybody, and stay Moopsy.